All right, we're running we're running this clock real late today. Um, we kind of had a heck of a weekend, and it caught up with me. And I came home, and I was like, I can't do anything until I sleep. And if I don't get a video done, I don't get a video done. And I woke up about 10 minutes ago, and I've kind of like struggled to get up and to the computer so that I can record. But we're here. We're here for it. So we're just gonna, I don't know, we're just gonna do something because something is better than nothing. I think. Not 100% sold on that idea, but uh, I don't know. I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm not the clever guy. I forgot my phone is on sound, um, because I text my friends. I was like, "Hey guys, like I'm in a bad spot for sleep right now. But if any of you guys get drunk and you need me, I will have I will have my phone on. You call me, and I will be there. I usually just have it on vibrate. Anyways, I spent a minute and a half talking and nothing, no time here drawing. So you know, we're just gonna go. So I'm sitting here at my desk and I'm thinking to myself, what am I gonna draw, right? And I have forgotten that I own dice. Okay, now that may sound like a like a non sequitur or whatever. Why would dice matter? Well, you see, children, we've talked at length, I feel like, about my inability to draw boxes and my lack of having reference on every one of these sessions. Except, well, I like there's a couple that I pulled something up on the internet, but it wasn't very good. It wasn't very useful. Um, so we're just gonna draw some dice, man. I thought about busting out the D20 and being like, we're gonna go for a ride today. But I determined that I am not up for that task currently. Um, and so we're not gonna do that. Just to be frank with you. Right. Something I'm noticing looking at the dice right now is that I gotta be careful. To keep these lines straight, because that line is not very good here on the second half. Um, at least I don't think it's very good. Maybe it was fine and I'm tripping, but I don't know. I don't have nothing. I don't have anything clever to say this time. Something about I tripping, but as long as I stand and up after I fall or whatever, life is good. So if anyone is curious why I was so tired and therefore why our video was so late today, it's a really simple thing called emo night. I think I talked about doing it yesterday, but I was in such a haze yesterday too that I'm not really recalling what I talked about in the episode. If anything, I'm sure there's a lot of silence because I remember yesterday being like, "Oh no, I'm I'm a bad spot, but we gotta do what we gotta do, man." That's rough. That just looks like a backwards 2. And zooming, it looks like a catastrophe. But that's okay. I'm here for it. And if I zoomed in more often to fix whatever the heck I'm working on, I feel like a lot of my stuff would be better. To be fair, whenever I zoom in to work on stuff that needs to be better, I often wind up just spending way too much time working on said thing. These lines should be parallel, more or less. Something perspective, nothing's parallel. These lines should be parallel. Okay? Do you understand me, young man? Look at me in the eyes when I'm talking to you. Okay, that's a good thing to note. The 4, the horizontal line for the 4 is like very low. I think it's like technically even lower than that, but that's a spot that I can get behind because I already drew it. Oh, we lagged. Okay. I do need to move it more this way, I think, because we're not, the spacing here is not even as the spacing here. Still don't really know how to do that because I have a million videos in queue to watch about how to do stuff like that in Clip Studio Paint, and I have not yet watched them. I've never drawn a 6 like this before in my life. What is wrong with me? I don't know. But I'm here for it. Trying to make sure that this kind of stays angled properly, which it didn't here in this little roundabout. I feel like the rest of it's okay. I changed my mind. The rest of it is just as bad, if not worse. One reason it looks weird is because this 6 isn't like my 6s that I draw. When I draw 6, it looks like that. This 6 is like not like that, but kind of. Sort of like this, right? It's got a round part, and then it has a line that just goes straight out. I'm not sure I'm going to find the angle on it. Something, let me take a better look at this. So, if I split the circle into thirds, roughly, the line on the thick part of the line, because this is, what am I trying to say? The line is drawn, it's a block, right? The word is eluding me, but this is like technically how the 6 looks, right? It's got density, it's thick. So you have to figure out proportions, right? This is like obviously not horrible if the circle inside looked a little bit better. But this is more or less how the 6 looks rather than like a kind of situation. That makes sense. Um, and the line on the inside, right here, starts about a third of the way through this circle. So another issue I'm realizing is this circle is not very round. That's a better circle. Let's come back through here and erase that. And if I chop this into thirds, gotta find the right angle. Something like that. This is where the inside line is. And the height is about the same width. So find the other line, and we're aiming to go somewhere like here. And I'm realizing this line is not, it's doing this. Not sure I'm really gonna remedy that, but it's a good thing to note. I'll add a little bit of density to this so that, yeah, I don't think this is high enough up. I think it needs to go higher, like here, and be a straight line. Something more like that, maybe will look better. But here we are, and we continue forward in a calm, orderly fashion to escape the fire that would kill us all. No pushing here. I will have you arrested. I don't know what I'm talking about, to be real with you. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It's not perfect. I think that comes out a little too far. But that looks pretty good. It's still got like a weird wobble because I haven't corrected the line too well here. The nap was great, but I'm still a little too sleep deprived to be doing something this. I don't know what's the word. Obsessive, neurotic. I don't know. And I don't really have the. I haven't done a good job at showing that these are indented. This corner is really rough. I have a hard time drawing this corner in particular because I feel like every time I draw a square or a cube, right, this line and this line wind up being really close to the same angle. It's such an obtuse angle that it almost doesn't feel like there's a corner at all when I draw it. But there needs to be a corner there. Also, when I draw, because I'm doing a bunch of little lines, it becomes less one singular line, like this, and more like a bunch of curvy lines, like this. And I don't have a side. I have a flattened strand of toothpaste. That angle is worse, but it's got like the spirit of a line. You know what I mean? I think that line's too thick as well. Yeah, it looks kind of junky, but I'm more here for this, I think, than the last line. I just need to sharpen up this corner here. So boop, boop. This line is too long because this line is small. Right? If you look at that and look at this, don't make no sense. Tell me there's a cube that does this. That's like an over dramatization of what I've done. But this is an issue that a lot of my cubes frequent, honestly. Realistically, this should probably come out more. And that line should be out like this. But I was trying to figure out the point of reference here. Right? Somewhere up here. And so I try to make it draw out. And when I draw it out, and then I try to draw this line, I lose sight of what I'm doing. I don't know. The 6 is good. The 4 is not too bad. 5 is a little cursed, but if my line here is cursed, then the line for the 5 is going to be cursed. And the circle is also cursed because I guess if I rotated it to look at it like this, the way that 5 looks now is it's like right. Maybe not that haunted, but in that vein. Holding a cube definitely helps me imagine, or helps me figure out like the interesting angles. I call it an interesting angle because I don't feel like cubes are represented at this angles enough, to be honest with you. When I fell asleep, I was watching a video on struggling with faces and like your beginner artwork, right? And this guy was like, listen, man, first off, what kind of ugly square looks like this? You're too long. You're too short. What are you doing? But essentially, what if I could make a synopsis of the first minute and a half that I watched before I passed out? He would draw a face. You would see under the chin, right? Kind of like this line here as it connects to the neck, right? Imagine this is a face. It's a really bad face. But you would also see the top of the head. So you would see hair going out all these directions. And I think the proper term for it in theater, or not theater, in film, the kind of lens that would do this is like fisheyed, right? Where like all of this world is smushed in here, all meeting at like a weird point. But it wasn't even properly fisheyed where the horizontal lines would be pulled in as well. It was only the vertical lines, right? So it doesn't even give you the feel that you're like looking at a stylized piece of art where it's properly morphed in a way that you can see all aspects of the head. You're only getting that effect on the top and the bottom, right? Which is a hard effect to draw in the first place. Cool effect, but difficult effect to draw, I would surmise, having never drawn something like that. But as somebody who can't even draw a flat image of a face, head on, trying to draw fisheye seems significantly more difficult. Um, I struggle with that with perspective a lot, where I like, I like this box. I like these lines that I got going on here, right? I love it. I want some more of it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. But then when I'm looking at like making this a box, I'm like, it would be really cool if I could see this angle right here. I love this angle. That is a sexy little angle right there. But you know what else is cool? This angle's bad, I think. I don't think this is right. Maybe it is. Vanishing point's right there, it's fine. This is cool. I really want to see this angle on this side. Because I like that. That angle looks so sick. You know what I mean? Like, look at how cool that thing looks. But you know what else I want to see? I really want to be able to see this side here. Because this side is super dope, too. This side's dope. And I really want to see this side. Oh my god, how badly I want to see this side. But how do I connect these things? Now this isn't a cube. I got some funky looking house. I got a funky house here, man. I don't have a cube. Because I want to see all these angles. Because these angles are cool. But then it doesn't conform to the bounds of the material world. And really what I need to draw here, well, I mean, my brain is already confused looking at it again. Because now I gotta have, like, I drew this connecting shape, but now I gotta have, like, a connecting shape somewhere here. That makes sense, And it's just a cluster. Whereas if I just stuck to what I saw, which is this line, pardon me, this line, what I saw, to be fair, is this line here, this line here, this line here, this line here, and that line. I actually have a cube. Now, if I'm being honest with what I wanted to see, it would be this line. I'm going to just draw it overlapping because I'm an animal. What I wanted to see was these lines here into this line because I think this line is so cool. My brain is losing its ability to parse what I'm trying to draw. I wanted to be able to see a box up top on the upper right rather than upper left. I've fudged it. It makes me want to throw up looking at whatever I've done here. How does this work? It made sense when I drew it the first time, but now that I got so many cubes going on here with all odd things, my brain is vomiting, and you should be too. Like this. Nope. This was right. But this sides don't make sense. I really wanted to see this angle here. I think that's like a tight little square. It's juicy. You got the square here. and it looks like you're gonna be like bam, right? Because that's how you should actually do it. But in reality, what I'm seeing is this, and I want to see that too. Oh boy, and then that little line there. Or the opposite, where I see this little square, and then that little square coming off of it, and that little square coming off of it. You know? Like, I don't know. These tight angles on squares, man, look so cool to me. But so does like something like this. Like reality is just so much fun to stare at. I posted on Snapchat this morning. I posted a picture of me walking into work, not with like that goofy of a face, but like definitely something's going on. And I just said, I'm high off sleep deprivation, hunger, dehydration, and J-pop. And I feel in a similar vein. I'm not hungry anymore, but I'm high off sleep deprivation, dehydration, and cubic explosions in anime right now. Cause cubes are so fucking cool, dude. Pardon my f bomb, but like when I watch something explode in anime, and it's like this little tile here, or even like a circle, and then it just like forms into these cubes, and then like little bits of debris, so that the cubes make sense. Like cube explosions are so dope. Like I think it's the opening episode of One Punch Man season 1 when he punches the ground and it's like a line and then it curves in and then it turns into like the section of earth that's now missing, right? But then like all these cubes are flying out at you and it's so cool. And then you see Saitama episodes later and he takes his shirt off and this like dopey looking dude here, right? He's like got an oval head and like this weird, just like if you played with the way his body was shaped, you could have like a scary monster man, right? He's just like this kind of goofy looking guy. I don't know. I can't draw people. I can't draw anything anymore because I never could draw in the first place. And he's just got like these silly looking eyes, and he kind of looks like he could be an axe murderer turned into this hard cut lines, thick eyebrows, hard nose, serious face, very strong neckline, curved in, shirtless, and he's got boom, boulder shoulders, you know, boulder bicep, boulder tricep, dope elbow. I don't, my brain, rippling forearms, into this like strong, powerful hands. This is falling apart. But really, what like I'm trying to say is, and he's got like these pew, 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 pectorals, and then he's got like the under thing that starts the abs, and then the actual abs that have definition the whole way through. And it's like an 8-pack, dude, and it's all symmetrical. And then he's got like the underwear so that you can hide the whatever. But you get to these giant rippling thighs, right? And I'm like, God, he's got veins coming out of his veins. Like these are the little veins, and he's got little veins in there, dude. And they're 3D. And this guy could like in the anime world, he could punch anything and it would be obliterated. But like if he was a real person, he could punch the face off a bear. This would be the bear. He's got a puffy tail because bears are cute in my reality. And it's got a neck. And this is where its head would be, but it's been exploded because his fist came through it. I don't know, guys. uh, we're at day 12 here. The trip, the fall, the getting back up. I'm gonna go dig into that one of those Andrew Loomis books, maybe creative drawing rather than figure drawing. I got no idea what we're doing here. This looks like I was trying to draw like somebody's rectum. Yeah, man. I'm losing it. We'll be back tomorrow, okay?